was him sampling Fantasia's I See You.
I see you.
So, and for people who don't need a little bit backstory, realistically, he had an ongoing feud with a young rapper also out of Jacksonville, Florida, named Yungeen Ace. Yungeen Ace had the popular song. They put out, Yungeen Ace and his group of guys put out their song first, and that song was, of course, they flipped the joint. What's the joint off of White Chicks when they were singing the joint? I smell you. They flipped that. So that was the original song. So Yungeen Ace and them put out that song originally, and that was a diss song to Foolio and his friends or whatever the case may be. And then Foolio made a video with the Fantasia joint at this dude brother funeral, talking about how his brother, Yungeen Ace brothers, got killed at a birthday party. And that's for people who don't need a little bit more on the backstory.
Like, when I see that.
So all of those, basically, he made a video. He made a video at their grave site, sleeping on their grave. They was talking. We might have. I'm sure we probably have. But the video was super disrespectful. Both songs was extremely disrespectful. Foolio jump maybe a little bit more disrespectful because it wasn't as catchy as their jump was. Theirs was a little bit more playful, a little bit more friendly. And they was at the golf course and all this, but his was at somebody's graveyard. And the way he even describing and was laughing and teasing Yungeen Ace, and like I said, Yungeen Ace, I believe it was either his brother or it was his birthday. I can't remember, but they was out like at a Kobe's or something, celebrating a birthday, and it was like 4 dudes in a car, and 3 of them got killed. Yungeen Ace was the only one to survive, but he was literally on life support, and that was like a life-changing event for him because I think I want to say even his own mom felt like that he had something to do with that, and she was like, "No, why would I sit here and do something like that to my own flesh and blood?" So it was like the other parents of the other boys that was in the car with him, because like I said, it was 4 people in the car, and all 3 of them died besides him. Now he was on life support. He talked about it. I think he did a Breakfast Club interview. He done a few interviews where he's talked about that, how traumatic that day was. And so I guess realistically, even today, he put out a new song. He put out a new song called "Do It," and just rest in peace to Foolio. No disrespect, but that's on crank. He never mentioned his name or nothing. It was a lot of indirect shots, but of course, y'all know how social media be, and you know how kids are who are really fans of the drill movement or any of these type of rappers that's really back and forth with bodies and beefs. They kind of do a lot more digging and to bars and stuff that may not necessarily be had. Then, of course, the way he literally dropped the song. The boy died yesterday, or what was that, Sunday morning, and he literally had a song and video out by 6 p.m.
So my question to you, with the whole drill music, is are they really seeing that much of a turnaround with their music?
So that was something that I wanted to, when we really get into the conversation, even after we play the clip, I do want to talk about that. Is the 45, and the reason why I want to say that, because he got 45 million views on that jump. Was the 45 million views worth your life? And the reason why I say that, because let's be clear, he got shot last year. He got shot in the foot last year, literally, like they blew a hole in his foot. So, and his mom housed him and shot up, and like his mom still had work a regular job.
Yeah, no.
So he never seen enough success to the point where it was like, I can move my family out of the hood. Like, you probably made enough. You made like, you realistically off of his rap career, to be honestly, he probably made it like street money. He ain't never make rapper money. He ain't never, because it's a difference between like, and I said this when I made a video, it's like, it's the difference between like, it's other rappers from Florida that's popular. Rod Wave is from Florida. Rod Wave don't make drill music. Boss Man D-Lo, he make get money music. Boss Man D-Lo came out after them. Like, Boss Man D-Lo just got hot this year, but Boss Man D-Lo don't make drill music. Boss Man D-Lo, and that's probably one of the reasons why he stand out like a sore thumb, because there's so many rappers trying to diss people, and even in probably in every major black city is rappers who are trying to become popular off of dissing other rappers or doing stuff in the streets, and you snitching on yourself, going to jail, getting your friends killed, getting your neighbors shot up, or whatever the case may be. It's not worth it. You're not making no real money. Even in the video for his birthday, bro, you got killed at a Holiday Inn parking lot. That ain't getting no money. For people who don't know, just because you see somebody with a bunch of views, and that's what the sad thing is. I had this argument with young rap dudes all the time. Dog, views do not equal money if you don't know what you're doing. You can have a bunch of views, and if you can't go do no live shows, who the fuck cares about them views?
And the way he was moving was kind of, I mean, just on that whole day, it was kind of stupid and reckless, because at the end of the day, you got put out the Airbnb, in which I don't understand why people don't know. They not for them parties no more. Because a lot of people done fucked up these houses. That's how he got put out of there first, and he had to end up going to the hotel where whatever.
No, but let's be clear.
And you had everything on video.
Listen to what I'm saying. But when we talking about money, let's keep it on money, because you asked me, was it worth it? No, nobody with money is going to a Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
They not. Holiday Inn, that was like your struggle shit when you first trying to get some pussy and you can't have sex in your parents' house, but you ain't got no money to get your own place. You going to the Holiday Inn, you going to the Motel 6, you going to Express, something like those are the cheaper holidays. If you got, cheaper hotels. If you got some real money, you are not stepping foot in no fucking Holiday Inn. On your birthday too? Hell no, nigga. So if you asking me, is that 40? You got 45 million views on your biggest song and you got smoked and you had to get killed in a Holiday Inn parking lot, bro. That song wasn't worth it. None of that shit was worth it. If that's what you, even if I'm looking at the video, if I'm just going off of the rapper eye test on what you feel like a rapper supposed to look like, that video that he was uploading the day that he lost his life, no way in hell you could tell me that was worth it. He looked like he was a broke ass nigga from regular whatever neighborhood. He just looked like a regular dirty nigga from whatever neighborhood in somewhere in America. And again, rest in peace to him. That ain't no disrespect, but I want to sit here and be very clear for everybody who can listen to my voice. You watching this on YouTube, bro. You got to sit here and don't keep getting enamored by, oh, this do a bunch of views. So what, nigga? Did you get some money? If I look at you and you look broke, I don't give a fuck how many views you got on YouTube.
Around 4:40 this morning, we received a 911 call about a shooting that happened here in the parking lot behind me on McKinley and Fowler. What we have learned, and again, this is all very early in the investigation, is that 2 cars were shot at. 4 people were shot in total as a result of this. 3 of them were transported to hospitals, and 1 was pronounced deceased here on the scene. So we are working to learn what led up to the shooting, motive. You can see behind me, a lot of officers are here. They are talking with witnesses. They are looking for video as it pertains to the shooting. As far as the people that are at local hospitals, we are working to get an update on their condition. It seems like they will survive their injuries, but again, that's very early in the investigation. Those are really the details that I have at this point as we're unfolding and getting updates. I'll take a couple of questions for what I can say.
Julia, were these guests at the hotel, do you know, that were staying here with some kind of beef or rivalry?
At this point, it's part of the investigation, but it seems that they might have been coming here to the hotel to get a room.
Can you say anything about the guests that were staying in the hotel? Did they have to be evacuated, or were they told to stay in place after the incident this morning?
Part of the investigation, I don't think so, because of what time it happened. At this point, guests are waking up and we're updating them and we're assisting them with anything that they need assistance with at this time. But it didn't happen inside the hotel. It was in the parking lot.
And so, do you know how many?
All right, so they don't have any suspects, and they didn't realistically. That was still like right after it all happened, so they didn't have any real takes. And then it was a tweet and delete from Yungeen Ace, even before the actual thing happened. He was like, "That boy gonna sit here and leave on the same day he came in." And like I said, again, is any of those things, like, to me, doing that type of trolling? Realistically, I cannot tell Yungeen Ace how to respond or how to feel, because this, I'm not gonna lie, like, Foolio took the top tier level of disrespect to him and his brothers when he lost his brother in that like to a very high level. So I can't tell somebody how to feel. I can't never tell nobody when beef is over, your date and your karma on your revenge tour, whatever the case may be. So you can't tell people how to feel. So I only can speak where I will only want any younger dudes listening or hearing my voice right now. Bro, like, just sometimes you gotta do the math on some of this stuff. Like, if you just trying to chase clout, then all right, knock yourself out. But then you're gonna have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Like, if your real goal ain't clout and it's money, then you got to sit here and say, what is the real longevity play for how I can succeed on? Because it ain't too many rappers you can sit here and be like, oh, they made a bunch of millions of dollars, or they had a real live long career off of drill rap. Because you only can name 2 if we keeping it a buck: Chief Keef and Lil Durk. And look at how both of them, their careers had to dramatically kind of change. Like, Chief Keef had he came in the game with a classic 1 album, and then he kind of just like, bro, he just finding his swag back maybe the last year or 2.
Okay, but so then my question to you is, what is, because just looking at them, or just saying in that area, are you saying, will you see success more in a drill rapper or being a drug dealer? And because that's what I'm just kind of, because it ain't no other, you know what I'm saying? Like, what other options do they really have? Because I'm looking at them and I just feel like, all right, it's one of the two. Because I forgot.
I think you can still. Let's be clear. I think the easiest thing is, and this is just even like we tie this into the streets. Of course, the easiest thing is to do is to buy a gun. So if to be a drill rapper, the easy thing is to just, okay, I can go get me, because you can think about it. It's cheaper to get a gun than it is to get a brick. Like if you talking about, hey, I want to be, or even get a pound. Like you can go get you a handgun from so you know the right person. You may be able to get you a handgun for $300-$400. And then, like I said, if you a crash dummy, somebody may throw you a gun off the strength and just have you crash out for them, and you keep the gun after you crash out. So yeah, that is easier probably to get into than being a, like, if you see him saying, do I want to be a trap rapper? Because trap rapping, you got to rap in way more detail. You got to kind of really be able, that audience got to damn near really feel what you're talking about. So I do feel like if you're sitting here saying, what is the easier entryway as a rapper? Yes, rapping about being a drill rapper is way easier than rapping about being a trap rapper, because nigga, you got to really be able to talk that talk if you're talking that drug shit. Because niggas who really sell drugs can tell and listen to a nigga who sound authentic and a nigga who sound just like some fugazi ass nigga who just rapping about some bullshit, unless you like the Migos. The Migos kind of felt they like a clever club way to sit here and kind of rap about trap music where it was no detail, it was just catchy and it was fun. Like the Migos made trapping sound fun, and it was like, oh, bando. Like they found a clever way to do it. But the easier way that it takes less of a skill and just take bullshit is becoming a drill rapper. And so that is realistically, that is the easiest thing for people to do. And that's why so many young dudes start at it, because, hey, it's easier for me to get a gun than it is for me to get a pound. It's easier for me to get a gun than it is to get a brick or a half a key or 8-ball, whatever you selling. It's way easier to get a gun than it is to get some drugs and get some clientele for you to actually have some money and be able to present. Because guess what? As a drill rapper, you can present yourself dirty as hell. All you need is a gun in the video, and all the niggas can be dirty with a bunch of shiesties on. But if you're talking that money talk, you got to kind of look like you're getting some money. So I do understand what is the easier way, but we talking about longevity and real success from it. I can name you a bunch of drill rappers who are literally just local drill rappers. Think about New York City is the biggest city in the world. And them niggas they are like, nigga, Foolio Foreign is a fucking local rapper. That's it. Bobby Shmurda and Roddy Rebel are fucking local rappers. They just in the biggest city in the world with the biggest media people. So it's Joe Budden, it's Hot 97, it's the Breakfast Club, it's whoever else, it's academics, all of them, nigga, yeah, but that's it. So yeah, the outlets are the bigger outlets for me to go get on, but nigga, you still a local rapper just from the major city. Compared to the niggas who like a Boss Man D-Lo, compare Boss Man D-Lo to Foolio Foreign. Fucking Boss Man D-Lo from some middle ass bubble place in Florida, but he's still a bigger rapper than Foolio Foreign right now. He got way bigger songs, way hotter songs than Foolio Foreign. So you asking me because realistically, guess who's gonna be in the club? And you're not gonna get booked in no clubs by talking about killing people, but you're gonna get booked at the clubs you talking about spending money, or you making music that make all the drug dealers want to come out. ESTG. Another person, he fucking from Louisville, Kentucky. Not most people listening to can't even fucking spell Louisville. So this nigga from somewhere you don't know where it is, and the only thing you know about Kentucky is fucking the chicken and Jack Harlow. What the fuck are we talking about? But this nigga is 100 times bigger than every New York drill rapper. ESTG is literally about to do the arena in Kentucky. He promoting the joint on his Instagram story. These niggas, whatever drill rapper from New York City cannot do a fucking show in Barclays Center or the fucking Madison Square Garden. Local drill rappers from Chicago, excluding Lil Durk and Chief Keef, them niggas cannot go do no goddamn show at the fucking United Center. So if we talking about what's the bar, and I'm not just chasing some YouTube numbers. Yes, if what's the quickest thing that's gonna give me some YouTube views, nigga, you don't even have to rap. I can flash a gun on here right now and sit here and just load it up. People just gun videos on YouTube all day to do numbers. You can go on Instagram, shoot guns in the woods or whatever the case may be. Them shit's gonna do numbers, but that shit is not going to turn you into a successful rapper. Are you chasing digital numbers, or do you want some actual physical cash in your pocket? Google, guess what? I'm sure everybody, you can guess what you can do. You go in the bio of Foolio Foreign, try to book him for a show, tell me how cheap that shit is, and try to book Boss Man D-Lo. And that's the end of the conversation on that. Again, rest in peace to Foolio. If you little niggas want to sit here and chase stupid ass numbers and end up going to jail or fucking getting your ass smoked, knock yourself out.